Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to go over a midweek analysis, how the pairs have opened up, how the pairs have evolved since the markets opened, and how we can actually take advantage of those to actually make good and profitable moves in the market. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do stick with us until the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you'll find value, of course, and share with a few friends that you believe will find value in this video. All right, now in front of you, obviously, is Cadjpy. This trade, I actually called it in my elite group with the exact entry, stop loss, and take profit. But I did also share it in my free Telegram group that's linked in the description below. So if you're not in it, be sure to join because you don't want to miss out juicy trades like this. Currently, we are floating at just under 40 pips. We are at 39. We got one more pip to hit and we'll be at 40 pips. So it's a beautiful trade that we took. And this trade is actually based off a simple price action analysis. It's just a break and retest, entry, and then we got the trade. We called the short. Right now we are at break even. So that means we don't have any capital at risk, which is a very crucial thing that as a trader you need: risk management and trade management, which were both applied on this trade. So this trade was actually called upon after we actually saw a potential trading opportunity on Jpyx. On Jpyx, we are obviously bullish biased since the beginning of the week. We were anticipating to see prices, we are still anticipating to see prices push higher until somewhere up here. And now after prices broke above here and gave us a retest, I was like, okay, cool. We need to be looking for potential trading opportunities on the JPY pairs, right? Now, the pairs that I had in mind were actually Eurojpy and Cadjpy. Woo, looks like Eurojpy is also dropping, baby. Nice. I love this. But with Eurojpy, prices were still above, like they were still on this support structure and they were still above this trend line. Prices were still somewhere up here. And I was like, okay, taking a trade like this is very risky for you to actually get in and actually stay in it, right? Although it was the London session, I still couldn't pull the trigger because not all the criteria were actually met for me to actually take this trade. But on Cadjpy, on the other hand, you can actually see prices had already broken below this structure and then gave us an easy and sweet retest. So I was like, okay, cool. This one has the better criteria. So we are going to pull the trigger on this trade, although it's not yet a New York session. Like we took this trade on the London session, right? But we took it based off the JPY, not based off the CAD. So it was still all good. As you can see right now, we're already in profits and floating at break even without any of our capital at risk, right? Now, what do we anticipate to see happen on the JPYX is obviously a continuation for prices to push all the way until up here. Once prices do reach these heights, I'll be closing half the trade, obviously, for trade management reasons. But after that, we'll be anticipating to see prices tap our take profits up here. So that's what I'm anticipating to see happen on JPYX. Look at this baby thing. With Usdjpy, this is a trade I actually talked about on Monday in our live session. I was like, I'm anticipating to see prices push all the way until they reach here as our first targets on Usdjpy. I'm not going front. We actually got an entry here. On Tuesday. Unfortunately, we got stopped out as prices did break back above this zone to take this trade here, which is actually what you just saw right here. So I'm not going to just delete that and not explain that. So we actually took a short here after the break retest. Prices were pushing lower. We actually got stopped out, which is part of the game. You win some, you lose some. That's part of the game. We actually know this. So I didn't actually get the opportunity to take another trade with this one. I didn't actually get an opportunity to actually take the trade because once prices reached up here, it had already broken above this structure. And I was like, for me to take a trade, I have to see prices break below here again. But they actually broke and kept on pushing with a very strong force that we didn't get an entry. We did get an entry on Cadjpy though, so it's all good. And right now we're floating in profit, so not that bad. Now on Usdjpy right now, I think the move is already exhausted, so I'll be waiting for the market to restructure before I look for any potential entries. So I'm just glad that it did play out accordingly. Unfortunately, we didn't be able to capitalize out of it. So let's talk about the DXY. As you know, right now I have very few trading pairs in my watch list. Only 3 based off JPY, Usdjpy, Eurjpy, and Cadjpy. We have already talked about them. Now let's get into DXY, as we also have 3 pairs to talk about: GBPUSD, EURUSD, and gold. With DXY, I was anticipating to see prices break, give me a retest, push lower. My targets were obviously somewhere here down in this zone. They did give us a retest. Unfortunately, we also didn't be able to, we weren't able to capitalize on this move, obviously. And then prices did push lower all the way until somewhere down here on this trend line. They haven't reached our targets yet. And I don't really see any potential entries, as prices have been ranging after this crazy bearish impulsive move. So what I'd say right now is that on DXY, it's very hard to get an entry. It's way easier on JPYX, but let's look at the way the setups are forming on, the US dollar. So obviously we're anticipating to see prices keep on falling on the US dollar. So that means we'll be looking for bullish trades on EURUSD. Prices have managed to break above this structure. As we actually analyzed this on Monday, I think Tuesday, was like we'll be looking for a break, retest before we take a trade. Looks like the break has happened and the retest. So right now we're just waiting for the confirmation to actually take this trade on the bullish perspective, right? To get a solid bullish trade to actually take the trade. On GU, same thing, but I'm more comfortable with EURUSD because it has actually broken and retested the structure. With GU, prices have broken. They haven't really retested the structure yet. So I wouldn't be comfortable taking a trade on GU. I'd rather focus on EU. That makes sense. Let's look at gold. Gold prices have also broken above, but they haven't given us a retest. That's why as at the beginning of this, I said I don't really feel comfortable trading the US dollar right now, as prices are too exhausted and I don't really see any good potential trading setups. So I'd rather stick with the JPY for now. Until I see prices retest these structures, I'm not going to be looking for any potential trades on gold. On GU, I'm not going to be looking for any potential trades until they give me that. And on EU, I'm obviously not going to be looking for any potential trades until I get a solid confirmation. So until then, I'll just be sticking to my Cadjpy trade, holding it, probably hoping that it will hit my targets. It's a 1:68, beautiful setup. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have little to no resistance. So hopefully it will keep on dropping. More momentum expected along the New York, because it's actually right now, and even more momentum during the Asian session, as it will be running crazy in there. So that's all I had prepared for today, guys. That's all I have watching, and that's all I have to say for today. So if you found value in this video, please do give us a like. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you'd like to learn more about the course that we are trading or the strategy that we're using to trade, there is a link in the description for the full course. You don't want to miss that out. Now, until next time, guys, I appreciate you all. Take it easy out there.